Fitness today has become a numbers game. Reps, calories, macros, heart rates, minutes burned. We track everything on our watches, our phones, our apps. But somewhere along the way, we've lost the feeling. We've turned movement into a transaction, a to do list item, a punishment after a weekend of bad eating. We forgot that movement used to mean something deeper, something sacred. Long before gyms, supplements, or influencers, movement was ritual. It was how humans connected to their power, to nature, to community, to themselves. Whether it was warriors preparing for battle, dancers telling stories with their bodies, or people moving together in song or prayer, motion had meaning. So here's the question: what if we reclaimed that? What if your workout wasn't just another task, but a daily return to yourself? Think of your sweat not as something to hide, but as something to honor. Each drop is a release of stress, of doubt, of emotion. You're not just working out, you're shedding what no longer serves you. You're clearing space for clarity, confidence, and calm. That's what I call a sweat ritual. It doesn't matter what kind of movement you choose. It could be weight training, a 10-minute dance break, a jog in the rain, Tai Chi in your living room, or a sun salutation in the park. The what is personal. What matters is the why, the intention, the presence. When you show up with presence, everything shifts. A squat becomes a symbol of grounding. A run becomes a moving meditation. A stretch becomes a conversation between your body and your breath. And that's powerful. To create a sweat ritual, begin by choosing a consistent time. Mornings are ideal, but any time you can protect is sacred. Treat it like an appointment with your highest self. Before you begin, set the tone. Maybe you light a candle, play a certain playlist, put on clothes that make you feel strong. Say a mantra: I move to feel, not to fix, or this is my time. That act of beginning sets the session apart from everything else in your day. As you move, stay tuned in. Where does tension live? What feels stiff? What feels powerful? Breathe with your movement. Don't rush. Don't distract. This is your time to reconnect. After you move, take a moment to be still. Let your breath slow. Let the sweat dry. Notice how your mind feels. This is integration, where the real change happens. The beauty of sweat rituals is that they transform the mundane into the meaningful. Suddenly, you're not dragging yourself through a workout. You're honoring your body. You're expressing gratitude. You're rebuilding trust. And you begin to crave it, not for results, but for how it makes you feel: energized, clear, empowered. Here's another truth: movement is one of the only tools we have that affects our physical, emotional, and spiritual systems all at once. It releases stuck energy. It improves mood. It boosts creativity. It regulates the nervous system. It is medicine. And it is free. Too often, we wait until we're falling apart to start moving. We wait for pain, stress, or a doctor's warning. But what if your daily movement was a form of prevention, not just cure? And not just physical prevention, mental and emotional too. A sweat ritual is your anchor in chaos, in grief, in transition, in joy. When everything else is uncertain, you can return to your body and say, I'm still here. I'm still strong. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. You don't need to move like a pro. You just need to show up like you mean it. Let the influencers have their polished routines. Yours can be messy. Yours can be quiet. Yours can be loud. But make it yours. Because movement is your birthright. It's not a punishment. It's not a luxury. It's not something you have to earn. You were made to move. And when you reclaim it with intention, you step into your power, not just physically, but fully. This is your ritual, your release, your return. Now go sweat and let it mean something.